AITA for not allowing my brother and his boyfriend to come to my honeymoon? I, 25F, got married to my husband, 27M, almost a year ago. We weren't able to afford to go the honeymoon we wanted back then, so that's why we saved up so we could go to Hawaii for our 1-year anniversary. The trip is supposed to happen next month. We mentioned our plans to our family when my brother, 23M, suddenly chimed in saying that Hawaii is a great idea and that him and his boyfriend will join too. I was taken aback when he said that, and I told him that this isn't a random trip and it's supposed to be our honeymoon. But he said that we could do a double couples honeymoon together so him and his boyfriend can feel the experience of one as well. I told him that if he wants to feel the experience of a honeymoon, they can just go to a separate trip instead of hijacking ours, and that even if they come. But my brother went off at me saying that I'm selfish for not sharing this experience with him when I know that our country doesn't allow gay marriages, and so he's never gonna feel the experience of a real honeymoon, and this will be as close as he gets, and somehow my parents are now backing him up as well. Well, mostly my mom. But my dad usually goes along with her in order to avoid family conflict. NGL, at this point I feel like giving my brother the wrong location of our honeymoon, so there's no possibility of him and his boyfriend somehow hijacking it. AITA? Your brother wants a honeymoon experience, but wants to go with another couple? I don't know what he thinks honeymoons are for, but my wife and I most definitely did not want spectators along on our honeymoon. The very point of the honeymoon is to get one-on-one time. Just you and your newlywed partner. Your brother can and should most definitely have a honeymoon experience. But by themselves. Just the two of them. Somewhere far away from you. Don't tell them the hotel, or your travel dates, or plans for when you are there. And if they already know this stuff, change it if possible without telling them. The only selfish person here is your brother for insisting that your honeymoon go according to his plans. Entitled much? Yeah. Hard NTA. NTA. You can't prevent him from going to Hawaii at TGE same time as you. You can, however, refuse to see them at any point during the trip. All lodging, food, activities, and transportation should be 100% on them alone to arrange for and pay. Refuse to communicate about this anymore. If they show up with no hotel, don't let them in. They can find a bench to sleep on. NTA. If your brother wants the honeymoon experience, he can go on one. You going alone on your honeymoon doesn't prevent him from going on an unmarried honeymoon with his honey. There are some experiences, like being alone on a vacation with your partner, that by definition cannot be shared with more than one person. Your person is your husband. NTA. No one is stopping you and your so from going on a trip you plan. Gay marriage has nothing to do with booking a hotel room. NTA. They can book a honeymoon package in Hawaii. I'm sure there are places in Hawaii who will give their union respect. I am also certain that there are travel agencies that will gladly accept their money and help them find something that will make them feel safe and comfortable. Honeymoons are couple-oriented. You have every right to make that private. They should definitely consider making theirs private as well. NTA. Honeymoons aren't a family and friends kind of event. They are solely for the married couple. I would change your plans and not tell your family the specifics if your brother insists on going. NTA. Your brother is the asshole. He can get married in a country that allows it, like I did, or just have a party with family and friends. Also, he can save up and take a vacation to Hawaii some other time. You don't owe this to him in any way. NTA. Decline to share any further details about your honeymoon, including dates, hotel, activities, restaurants planned, NTA. And your brother is being super entitled for inviting himself on your trip. Yet alone your honeymoon L. Tell him to bugger off. NTA. Tell him to book his own trip and do not share any of your information. No dates. No hotels, nothing. Time to go no, low info with your vacation plans. Remind all involved, again, that a honeymoon is a solo couple trip, not a group trip. Offer to let your brother replicate your itinerary at a different date. Be adamant that it's not happening on your trip. This is a hill to die on. A boundary to set. NTA. NTA. Honeymoon is not a family trip. You don't share it with family. NTA. Giving the wrong location is a good call. Does your country also prohibit two men going on a vacation together? They can go anywhere they like. Why hijack your honeymoon? And, to get the experience of a honeymoon, is not a valid answer. I mean, is he going to demand to be in the delivery room if you ever give birth? Because he wants to experience having a child, as well? NTA. Your honeymoon is a special and intimate trip meant for you and your husband. It's not selfish to prioritize your own experience. Especially when it comes to such a personal and romantic journey. It's not fair for your brother to insist on something that is meant to be private for you and your husband. Stand firm on your boundaries and ensure that your honeymoon remains a special and intimate time for both of you. WTH. Do they think happens differently on a honeymoon trip as opposed to a couple's trip? The very nature of their presence is going to change this from a honeymoon to something else. NTA. But don't talk anymore about where you're going in Hawaii. Don't mention which island. Don't talk about excursions. Don't talk about exact dates. Everyone, and I do mean everyone, including friends but especially family, needs to be put on the old information diet. And yeah, definitely consider a misinformation campaign. A honeymoon is something you go on just as a couple, to be loved up as a couple. Therefore, the only way anyone can have a honeymoon experience is to go away as just a couple. If him and his boyfriend go, what you will have is a family vacation, holiday. Which isn't the same thing at all. This is a hill to die on. Do not tell anyone where you are going, which island, which hotel, or even which activities you'll do while there. If they ask you, you should say that you aren't bothering now, that they all ruined the whole idea of it. Then afterwards say you saw a last-minute deal you couldn't pass up. NTA. How exactly is hijacking your honeymoon going to give him the real honeymoon experience? Is he going to be there for the sex? The romantic dinner for two? The kissing and cuddling? How is being on your honeymoon going to give him that? I honestly don't get it. Your brother is being extremely entitled. It sucks that gay marriage isn't legal where you are. But that doesn't stop him from going on a romantic trip with his partner. NTA. Don't give him the details of your honeymoon. WTF. No, NTA. A honeymoon is not a family event for anyone to join at will. His argument is ridiculous. This will not be like him and his BF having their own at all, because they would also be by themselves if they went on one, which they are free to do at any time just as easily as they want to join yours. I'd definitely put my foot down on this. Hey up, I am single and I never experienced a honeymoon, can I come? Lol. NTA. Don't lie. Your family is already against you on this. Freaking wild, because honeymoon. Just don't give any info. Tell him you are not going to provide any info because you don't want him there. Be honest and be silent. And you know there may not be legal gay weddings in your country, but bro could have a spirit ceremony. This was quite popular in the US before gay marriage was legalized. Some churches were willing to do this. You just couldn't send paperwork into the government or be considered legally married. Some people would have a good friend be the acting priest. Tell your bro he should plan an unofficial ceremony if he wants a honeymoon. He can have all of that wedding experience. For the heart, it can be small and beautiful. Then he actually can have the experiences he is craving. What he can't do is turn your long-awaited honeymoon into a family party. You did that already. It was called a reception. AITA.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AmITheAsshole is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.